Why do we suffer at the hands of these politicians? Don't you know politicians work for you?
Hey!
You're the boss. You hire them and you fire them. Look how they campaign. You know what they do? They audition.
Yeah!
When you put them on the job, if they're not doing the job, then you fire them. Because you're in control. From the city to the state to Congress to the president. You run this.
Hey, this is Jerry Williams back at Talk Labor again. And, well, we're here to just enlighten you on a lot of different things. Last week I had to change my show totally because people want some insight on a contract that's being proposed at the ATUs. I give my advice, and hopefully, you know, they take it under consideration. One of the things that you do in contracts, you know, take your time, look at it, go over it. If it's not right, don't be afraid to step up and you know, say it's not right. What they do here with these guys is throw a pork chop out there, like, hey, you're going to get some reimbursements for you know, retroactive pay, and you're going to be rich. No, you're not. When you figure it out, you're not going to get anything. Don't give away your life for a dollar or two. Read into that contract, and if you read into it, you can't kid yourself. That's all I can say for you now. You got to take care of your own. Right now, my biggest concern is taking care of the pension plans because I'm involved in that. Okay? But we're going to get away from that a little bit. We're going to talk about what's going on in America. We're going to talk about that orange guy and what's going on there. This man has taken the U.S. presidency and just rolled it down in the mud. I mean, he put it down so low an ant could walk over the bar. This is just totally ridiculous. And you know what bothers me the most? Yeah, I understand them trying to get away with what they can get away with, but the media, when they try to normalize this clown, he's a damn fool, he's a clown, and the Republicans are worse than he is. And you can't normalize that. These people are breaking every rule and law in America. They're having no respect for the law. The hell with it. Russia's come in and just basically took over your elections. These guys are saying, so what? It's okay because we got that tax bill passed. We're gonna get some more stuff. We're greedy. Now a lot of the Republicans are quitting because Americans are gonna vote them out, and they know that. They're trying to grab everything that they can grab right now, trying to make you discouraged. So don't get discouraged. They're trying to make you throw up your hands and say, what the hell? Don't think like that. You be ready to knock them out. Get ready to knock them out, starting with this year. Knock them out. Now, I was looking at one of the guys, Sean Spicer. You remember that guy? He was the press secretary for the clown. And now he's saying, I was so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed for my family and me. And I don't know what to do. And I just hate what I did. And I just, man, you got up there and you lied for this man. You licked his boot. You did everything. Like that old big girl, Sarah Huckabee. She's doing it now. And then you go back and cry and you want to get back in the fold. No. You made your bed. I know y'all know the rest of it. Now you got to sleep in it. But my thing is this. We got to continue to stay strong. Don't ever get discouraged, you know, because you control this. You control this thing. You make it happen. People saying, what do you do? What are you going to do with him? You're going to vote him out. You're going to vote out the Republicans. That's the first step. And believe me, it's coming. And once you vote them out, then you come and get the orange head guy. Because this guy has no respect for anyone. He doesn't have respect for, I don't even think he had respect for his mama if she was alive. You know, it's all about greed. And just look at what happens. This guy, first of all, they won't let him speak. Think about that. What president have you ever had that they would not let speak to the public because they know he's a damn fool. He's a nut. So what they do, they tell him he's tweeting. He's not tweeting. Somebody's tweeting for him. And when he tried to tweet, look at what he tweets. He can't spell. He can't put sentences together. You know when he tweets, but they have people tweeting for him. They had somebody tweet the other day and say something like, "Well, will somebody make Jay-Z aware that, you know, my administration has the lowest black job thing in the world?" Talking about the unemployment, the lowest unemployment for African Americans. That's a damn lie. He's trying to take credit for everything that Barack Obama did. You know damn well you don't change things around in 1 year. And he's saying that he changed it. He's making it. Putting these jobs, and these jobs have been solid for the last 72 months, and that was as a result of President Barack Obama. But he's trying to take credit for it. If he says that my administration has created jobs, tell us how you did that. What jobs you created? The man is a big liar. He's a con artist. So you all got to just stay on top of it. But this guy, Spice, I mean, he tickles me. He said, I made mistakes. And thank you for taking me down memory lane to make me remember these things, because I'm just so embarrassed of how I carried myself. You're so embarrassed how you licked that man's boots. That's what you're embarrassed about. And, anybody that's working with him, I mean, he doesn't give a damn about you. This Ambrosia threw her to the dogs. He throws everybody to the dogs. If you don't treat him, he's got a mental problem, whether people want to admit it or not. The man has problems. We know he's a sick narcissist, but the man has problems. He's supposed to be giving the State of the Union address tonight. You see what I'm doing? I'm talking to you, because this man can't tell me anything. And I really applaud some of the Democratic people that said, we're not going to even go. We're not going to sit there and listen to that man call people from Africa, the countries on the continent of Africa, shithole countries. He called Africa shithole country. He don't even know Africa's not a country. It's a continent. But this man is just stupid. He's just plain stupid. And I don't blame him for doing what he's doing. He's just trying to get all he can get, money, him and his stupid family here. But the media and the other people around him, like the Republicans, they're showing you who they really are. Really, they're showing you who they really are. And I'm so glad that that's happening. I am. I'm so glad that that's happening, so people can see what I've been trying to tell you for a long time. These damn Republicans are rotten. They will sell their mama for a nickel. They are rotten. Okay? So I tell you what, I'm going to do this. We got another story that I want to talk about. This is about a young lady that teacher told her, go back to your own country. And I want to see what's going to happen behind that. We're going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about that. We'll be right back. Steve Patterson. Steve Patterson is a science teacher in in a middle school, and he's been there for like 25 years, okay? And he made a racist remark in November after a student corrected a mispronunciation of a name. I remember this very well. And Patterson admitted to the school officials he made the comment, claiming he was trying to kid with her when he told her to go back to her country. And he still, as of right now, I think he's suspended. Maybe suspended with pay. He should be fired. He really should be fired. This young student, her name is Brianna. Very intelligent young lady, straight A student, and not a troublemaker, but she just wanted him to just tried to correct him on how to pronounce her name. And he took it, you go back to your country, and I don't have to worry about that. My thing is this guy is emboldened because of these racist bigots that's out front in America right now. He's emboldened, and you got a lot of other people that are emboldened because of that. I ran into a situation myself. A guy was emboldened to say something that I don't know if he regretted saying it, but I know he won't say it again. When he said something that was very derogatory toward African Americans, I really jumped in his case and let him have it, and let him know it won't be tolerated around me. And he's a little bitty little guy from the hills of Tennessee, but that won't happen again. That won't happen again. and some of the things I think I want us to be. What these guys try to do is divide this country, because as they say, a divided house cannot stand. Folks, this guy is not an American. He's like trying to tear down the fabric of America, all because of what Vladimir Putin, this is what he wants them to do. They have all kinds of blackmail material on this guy. If you don't watch Rachel Maddow on MSNBC, start watching her. This young lady has it. Every time you listen to her, she's well prepared. She has all her facts, and she points that out. That this what's going on with this guy. This country, and if you notice, President Obama and the other presidents, they just step back and let this run its course. Because, if they get involved, and the guy can divert, look, and this is going on, that's going on, instead of us focusing on his ass. He has to go. But I think this will teach America a lesson. It teaches us a lesson because we can't afford to sit on our duffs and not get out there and vote. And that's what happened. You had people in Wisconsin, and you had people in Michigan, and a couple other states making this statement that, well, Hillary Clinton didn't come to our state, that's why we didn't vote. Hillary Clinton coming to your state shouldn't have a thing to do with you voting. When you know that her policies are matched with the things that you think should be done. But you got caught up in listening to this media who every time something is done with this clown, they try to balance it out by saying, well, the Democrats did this. The other day, they were talking about this Steve Wynn guy who who financed the heck out of Donald Trump and a bunch of the other Republicans, and they caught him all caught up. And then they turned around and said, well, Hillary Clinton caught up with molesting young girls and rape and all kinds of things like that. Then they turned around and said, this is the media, because the Republicans threw that out there, that, well, Hillary Clinton didn't say anything when this one guy was inappropriately talking to this young lady. First of all, Hillary Clinton is not the president of the United States. We don't need to be defending Hillary Clinton. We're talking about this big old clown. You got about 12 to 20 women that's accused this man of sexual harassment. And you allow him to sit in that office and act as if it never happened. You forced Al Franken into resignation. You forced other people into doing it, but this big clown, you let get away with that. So there's something to be said about that. But look, I got another story I want to talk to you about, and that's with your Social Security. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come right back and talk about that. Okay, we're back, and let's get into something that you should be, and especially you people that, in your 40s and 50s, protect your Social Security, because this is something that you've worked and paid into all your life. Don't let them come and try to take it from you. That's what they're trying to do. They want to take that money from you. Billions and trillions of dollars of Social Security money they want to take from you. One of the things that people tell you is that you shouldn't get your Social Security when you are first eligible to get it, which is 62 years old. They say you should wait until the full length, you get your full Social Security, and that's at 67. I'm here to say get it at 62. It is nuts to allow that money to just sit there and try to wait till you're 67. Some people don't even make it to 67, But look at all the money you get while you are, moving toward the age of 67. Get your money, and when you retire, as soon as you can. And at 62 years old, that's when you can actually apply for your Social Security. You should do that. You should do that. Number one, if they claim that claiming early retirement may hurt your retirement, no, it's not. Just figure it out for yourself. Figure it out for yourself. You'll get, if you are one of the average people, you'll get about $1,600 to $1,800 a month. Multiply that times 5 years. Okay? That's quite a bit of money. That's quite a bit of money. And you continue to get it after you're 67 years old. So, and this is why one of the reasons these guys are trying to get into your Social Security, they're trying to say that they want to fix it so that you cannot retire at 62 years old. They're trying to fix it so you can only retire when you get 67. A lot of people don't live that long. They want you to work until you die. You got to remember that this country here, we've been very, very fortunate that we've lived by the laws and we respect the law. But right now, these guys have no respect for the law that you have now right now. And this will teach America about sitting down on your duff and allowing the Republicans to take over the House and the Senate and, Lord have mercy, the presidency. You see, they're damn near sending this country to a position where it may never come back. You may never get you back to where you were, let alone move forward. If not for the fact that you had haters and these kind of people, murderers and things like that, and deplorable people, as Hillary Clinton said, wasn't for that fact, we would probably, I say this to you all the time, we would probably be on another planet doing some very, very positive things. But right now we can't move because we're always turning and fighting and trying to kill each other. We're trying to kill each other. Here's what was put into the Setka magazine. It says, early retirees enjoy the extra benefits of being not so old and often not so sick in their early retirement years, and thus they better enjoy their retirement money from Social Security, and they're very active toward the goals. These are just some of the things that are important. So if you crunch the numbers to see if retiring only would work for you, if it don't look like it would right now, just consider beefing up your savings. But still, go ahead and retire early with your Social Security. So, don't be crazy. Don't listen to people telling you, oh, wait till 67. Some people don't even realize that they can retire Social Security and draw their Social Security at 62 years old. So, we're going to do this. We're going to get ready to talk about a person that I think is just an amazing individual. I'm gonna give you that just as soon as we come back. We're gonna take a break and we'll come right back.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're so...
Life is passing by so fast.
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
I told you I want to talk about an amazing person. And that person is Barack Hussein Obama. This man took the presidency to a level that I don't think, the presidency of the United States, to a level I don't think anybody will ever reach again. This other guy that came in, he knew he couldn't do it, so he just took it as low. He's going to take it lower than anybody else. And I don't think nobody will ever take it that low again. But Barack Obama has done so much for this country, and that was against all odds. These guys, you can't compare. These guys try to say, well, Obama did this. Obama never did anything like what this clown is doing. What happened with Obama? All of us know that from day one, these guys said, we're not going to work with him, we're not going to do anything, we're going to do everything we can to destroy him, we're going to try to make sure you don't get the next he don't get a chance to run again, all right, but he ran twice and he won twice because America said, we love what this man is doing. He did so much, like he fixed wages. He fixed it so women can actually sue when they find out that they're being discriminated against in the workplace when it comes to wages and things like that. He just did so much. And I don't have to tell you about the health care. I don't have to tell you about the Army, what he did for the don't tell situation with the Army. It's just so much he did. And what we're going to do, next week we're going to run down some of the things that the president did, but Right now, I have a clip that I want you to watch, and I think it's very, very, very interesting. And that's in regards to former President Barack Obama. Okay? We're going to do this. We're going to sign off with that clip. We're going to let you look at that clip as we sign off. Okay? So, you stay on board, stay awake. We're going to bring back to you a lot of things that's going on in this city next week. Keep your head above water. Talk, and talk. If you have a problem talking, come down to Talk Labor. And if you want to reach me, it's talklabor@gmail.com. Okay? All right. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to watch this clip.
Over the past couple of years, I've begun to feel more and more like a voice in the wilderness when talking with my fellow left-wing Democrats. I'm that little voice saying, I'm not disappointed. I do not feel disappointed by President Obama. I'm not disappointed by a president who signed the most important piece of social legislation in 45 years, providing health care coverage to 30 million Americans in need of it. I'm not disappointed by a president who eliminated a terrorist who had tormented the American psyche for 10 years. I'm not disappointed by a president who, while disrupting al-Qaeda, has transformed U.S. relations with the Muslim and Arab worlds. In revolutions from Tunisia to Egypt, from Libya to Syria, I haven't seen a single image of an American flag being burned. That would have been unimaginable before 2009. I'm not disappointed by a president who has named 2 women, including a wise Latina, to the Supreme Court. I'm not disappointed by a president who did away with the twisted don't ask, don't tell policy in the military. I am not disappointed by a president who has tried to maintain civility with a hostile political opposition, a president who has maintained the dignity of the office and sought constructive compromise. I am not disappointed by a president who is a shrewd, pragmatic man of reason who views politics as the art of the possible. And I'm not disappointed because I've always accepted a simple truth about Barack Obama. Barack Obama is a politician. This is something that Democrats could always accept about Bill Clinton and about Hillary Clinton as well. But there was something about Barack Obama's soaring rhetoric and incandescent charisma that led people to see him as a figure like Mahatma Gandhi or the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. But Gandhi and Dr. King never ran for public office. It's not just Americans who had this sort of idealized vision. Even President Obama himself felt that his Nobel Peace Prize was somewhat premature. It is with great admiration that I say President Obama is a realist. If the election of 2008 was about hope and change, I think we have to acknowledge that the election of 2012 is about cold, hard realities. President Obama, the man of reason, is confronted by Republicans who are so deranged by his very presence in the White House that they have pushed their agenda into the far reaches of right-wing irrationality. In his recent press conference, the president said, and I quote, "I have gone out of my way in every instance, sometimes at my own political peril and to the frustration of Democrats, to work with Republicans, to find common ground, to move this country forward. Each time, what we've seen is games playing, a preference to try to score political points rather than actually get something done on the part of the other side. And that has been true not just over the last 6 months, that's been true over the last 2.5 years." Unquote. Today, the right-wing opposition has pushed its agenda so far that the reaction has been a shift of America's political center to the left. Poll after poll shows that the majority of Americans support the President's Jobs Act, support higher taxes on the wealthy. We've got at least one billionaire and a bunch of multimillionaires asking to pay more taxes. Young Americans worried about their future are joining forces with union members to protest the economic inequality that has become more and more grotesque since 1981. This isn't class warfare, the president said in speaking of his plan to raise taxes on the wealthy. It's math. I love that. It's so him. This is not about ideology. It's about cold, hard realities. Right now, Barack Obama is being criticized on the left by those who I think dreamed an impossible dream of a progressive presidency. And he's being hammered by a right wing that wants to make the art of the possible impossible. But let's look at the reality. Who to the left of Barack Obama could be elected president of the United States? Ralph Nader? Or some Nader wannabe? Remember the election of 2000? I don't think we want to go there again. And if you don't feel enthused enough to vote for Barack Obama again, consider the Republican alternatives. Rick Perry, aptly described as George W. Bush without the brains. Or Herman Cain, who says if you don't have a job, if you're not rich, it's your own fault. Or Mitt Romney, a man who says corporations are people. I am not disappointed by the way our president has tried to deal with the legacy of 2 wars and an economic collapse. I think America is fortunate to have a president with such a great mind and such a good heart. For people on the left who have been disappointed, the question is, can Barack Obama be more like the president you dreamed of if he's elected to a second term? I'm going to give the president the benefit of the doubt and say, yes, he can.